Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're looking at a Spyderco fixed blade. This is the Bow River. All right, I showed this guy in a YouTube short, which I'm still kind of dabbling in. I still have to figure out the the proper aspect ratio. I've looked it up and tried everything. I don't know, maybe it's my editing software, who knows. But yeah, the shorts, I mean, they're kind of fun. It's a way to make a real short statement on something. Maybe I'll do some more in the future, we'll see. But anyway, I kind of showed that real quick on a short and never did a video on it. Well, I got some use on it finally, and I want to talk about it a little bit here. Overall, I like it. It is an affordable Spyderco. I know Spyderco in general, like Benchmade, just, you know, the two big ones from the United States that everyone loves, and they're expensive, and they're only getting more expensive as time goes on. However, this Bow River ranges from $40 to $50. Why does it have a $10 range? Just because of color variants. There's, I think, 3 different ones. One's 40, one's 45, and one's 50. This one happens to be the $50 one. All right, with the layered black and white G10. I think it's a good looking design on there. I think it's very cool. Give you some specs real quick. This guy has 8CR13 MOV. That's what's keeping that price down. 8CR13 is just, you know, it's soft. I definitely found that out again. Not that I, was mistaken before, but, in cutting cardboard and stuff, this actually got dull fairly quickly. But it sharpened up very nicely and very, very quickly. All right, that's a little bonus with softer steels. Because they're soft, they go dull faster, but they sharpen faster as well. It's easier to sharpen, especially if you are, kind of new or an amateur sharpener. This blade profile is very nice to practice on. Because of this finger troll here, it just, comes off the edge. You can sharpen all the way to the edge. I didn't. The factory edge does not actually come all the way to the edge. It's actually sharpened to like here. But I'm saying it's not a big deal, especially if you're using like a coarser stone or something. You can just sharpen that out literally to that edge and continue with your different passes on the finer stones. It just makes it easier. It's not a difficult blade to sharpen. Not only because of the blade steel, but obviously the blade profile. So speaking of the blade, we have 4.4 inches of that 8CR13 MOV. It is flat ground, which is very nice. It's kind of a lean blade there, so it does slice very nicely. The overall length on here is 8.1 inches, and it weighs 3.9 ounces. This is made in China, so the fact it's made overseas, and the fact it is a softer, cheaper steel, that's what allows them to sell this thing for $40, $45, or $50. All right. This is a Phil Wilson design. His name is scribbled on the back. He is a well-known knife maker. So you see that there. Of course, they have to do their telltale spider hole. Even in a knife that doesn't fold, they have to throw the hole in there somewhere, right? So that's the purpose of that. Literally because it's a Spyderco, the purpose of that hole is very nice because we can put a lanyard on there. All right, so we have a tube in there. This is full tang, as you can see. All right, they just slapped some cool G10 all around it. Now, as far as the sheath, it is genuine leather. I really, really like the fit on this. It just feels super nice. You could see that the handle comes into the sheath to about there. But in putting this inside the sheath, it just has a really good feel. Like it doesn't snap in. It's just, you feel that little resistance here. And then it just kind of press fits. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's a good fitment. Whatever process they use to mold this to the knife, it works very well. I did carry this twice out and about. Both times were awkward, not because of the knife, but because I was open carrying one of my larger pistols. So I had that on my dominant side, which is my right side. This belt loop, normally you'd just have this on your right side and you're good to go. But I had it on my left side, which was kind of strange. All right, so instead of doing like a weird twisty cross draw, I literally drew it with my left hand and handed it to myself. All right, I only drew it at home a few times, cut some stuff and put it back. I didn't have to take it out. I just carried it around town just to see what it would be like. And then in putting it back, I would literally give it back to myself, so blade out, I could put it back in the sheath with my left hand. So that whole thing was awkward. It was totally unnecessary. I wanted to carry it, just see what it would be like on the off side. Clearly not the appropriate thing to do, but I did it anyway, because why not? Yeah, I mean, overall, it's a budget, basically a hunting fishing knife. That's the design. that I'm sure Phil was going for with this. I mean, that's the whole, what it screams is that hunting fishing thing. I didn't take this hunting, I didn't take it fishing. Although I can definitely see this as a nice, you know, tackle box style knife. Again, being a little bit more affordable, still having that Spyderco quality, the Spyderco name on there if you happen to be a fan. And you don't have a whole bunch of money, but you want to try out one of their, you know, fixed blades, this would definitely be a nice place to start. Overall, it is smooth. There's no real texture on here. So I can tell you when I was cutting cardboard, it's not like it's going to fall out of my hands, but I couldn't help but wonder if I'm fishing right now, and I touched a slimy fish, and I'm trying to do something with my knife, you know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be skinning the fish. It's not a skinning blade or anything. I suppose you could use your knives whatever you want, you know, but specifically with hunting, fishing, wet, slimy, bloody maybe, you know, I don't think it would fare as well. Again, cardboard cutting, doing a little bit of paracord cutting. I think I cut 2 zip ties or something with it just to see how that edge would hold up. The HCR13 being soft is not a super big issue with some of the harder plastics like that, like zip ties. When you get into the premium steels that are super hard, that have that awesome edge retention, sometimes those will chip out. I didn't even have any edge rolling or anything. I literally just cut through 2 of them. They were, you know, I just locked them in themselves, put it through the hole or through the loop, you know, and just cut through more towards the base here, but it was fine. Never did anything to the blade. But anyway, so long story short, it worked out great for what I did with it, but really the customer base is the, you know, hunter fisherman to use it hunting and or fishing. So being an outdoorsy type knife, I can definitely see the smoothness. It might be a little bit of an issue. If you know you're using your knives hard, I mean really hard, you might want to pass that one up. And this is based totally on an assumption. But yeah, it's just smooth. That's all. I know some people, it's something simple. You like the design, it's budget friendly, you know, you grab it and then all of a sudden you go to use the thing. Like I said, your hands are wet, slimy, muddy, rainy, you know, hunting and fishing. You do it in the rain, whatever the weather is, you're out there and you're usually wet for some reason. You're always getting wet out there. So just a big consideration there as far as the grip. Now, if you are, you know, using gloves, I really don't see a problem with it. It would just be barehanded. I'd be a little concerned with this getting wet. But yeah, pretty cool though. I have to say overall, I really do like it. This one might even stay in the reserves for a while. You know, a lot of times when I get a knife, it comes in, it goes out. It comes in, it goes out. I trade for things constantly. This one I trade for as well. I don't know. I kind of want to hang around, you know, hang on to it for a while, if that makes sense. Usually it goes right back out, right on the list of stuff, but I like it. I like it enough to do that. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, let me know down in the comment section if you have a Bow River, what you think of yours and or what you use it for. Like I said, I totally can see this being a you know, fun, budget-friendly outdoors knife. Let's just say that in general. You can use it around camp. I think this would actually fare well for food prep. All right, so if you're out there and you're not hunting and fishing all the time, or if you already have blades for that, and you kind of like the knife, but you want to justify it, because that's what happens a lot of times, right? We have these knives and we don't need more knives, but you see something cool and you have to have a justification. You have to have a reason, a good excuse. Well, here's your good excuse. This, I think, would make an excellent food prep knife. There you go. For camping, light camping, heavy camping, doesn't really matter. I think that's where this thing would shine. So anyway, that is all. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.